Hey guys, this is Ravenclaw with If. Welcome back to another With a Story. This is part 1 to What If Deku had Foxfire. As we left off, after the incident at the school, I believe. It's been a while since I've done this one. A little bit, maybe a week or two. If I remember right, they were, let's see, they moved into their new house, and Inko is taking Midoriya shopping as everyone's looking at her because she has a fox, little white fox with 9 tails in her arms. A couple people walk up to her. He's like, Hero walks up to her. He's like, "You're not allowed to keep wild pets." As he's a little prick about it, and Inko's like, "It's not a pet. It's my son. Mind your business." It's like, "I don't think so." As the fox throws fire, Izuku busts out fire out of his mouth. That's a little fox mouth. It's not too big as it burns the Hero's like, "What the hell? I'm gonna have to take that in." Whatever that thing is. As he's thinking of the quirk animal. And Mishki saw this. She gets in front of the Hero. This ass. It's like, "That's not an animal. It's her son. He has a shifting quirk. He's in a delicate state. Leave him alone." As they're both arguing, and some other heroes, they calm the situation down. As they go separate ways, like, keep that monster in check. And it's like, "I'm sorry, Inko. Apparently some people are asses." As "Are you gonna be alright?" She's like, "Yes, Misky, I'll be alright." As I gotta go. I gotta go to work. Misky, because she's a lawyer or something like that. So, as they split up, she continues shopping. As a truck, like a van, pulls up. A couple guys burst out as they pin Inko to the ground, having a knife to her throat. As they unload a small cage, as they throw Izuku into it. As you see a young woman in her 20s, as she rushes to save the woman in the small fox, Izuku. As she has 4 tails, she's a white fox too. So as she, throws fire out of her hands, knocking the 2 kidnappers into the van, as she handcuffs them into like hero stuff. As she takes the foxes, Izuku's shivering, and she picks them up. It's like, "It's all right. I'm not gonna hurt you." As "Sister, are you all right?" It's Asashi's sister. She's like, I rushed over here as soon as I heard what happened to my good for nothing brother." As they're all picked up as they were taken away. And she's like, "Kennedy, it's really nice to see you." As she hugs her. It's like, "Thank you. I don't know what I would have done if they took my son." He's like, "I've been tracking these bastards." She's a new hero, so she's frequently graduated from UA. So she has 4 tails. She doesn't do the morphin thing, but she has fire manipulation, so they're similar to that extent, at least the fire. She doesn't have green fire, but she has like white fire. So it's like, thank God thank God you're here." And she's like, "Come on, let's get you home." She's like, "I still need to go shopping." He's like, "No, we need to take care of this." And she's like, "I'll have some," as she calls. It's like, "What do you need, Inko?" She's like, "I need a couple of things for." No, she explains what she needs for the house. It's like, "Don't worry, I have some of my I have people on it." So she asks a couple favors to one of her friends, and they do pick up the things at the store. Inko pays her back, and she's like, "It's fine, Inko. I'm more than willing to help. After all, we're family. Even though the rest of my family are freaking prejudiced bastards, as because they disown Kennedy because she has a mutation quirk. So, they were quite abusive towards her, and she got out of that real fast. So, she's spending time with him. She calls Mitsuki. She's like, rushes over there, and she hasn't met. He's like, who's this? She's like, this is the Sashi's sister. And it's like, she's, on edge because the Sashi's a deku. She's like, Inko's like, no, she's nothing like her brother. She's the only person that ever was nice. I understand. She's like, I understand what the boy's going through. My little nephew. As she pats him on the head. He's still in fox form. It's like, he sure does have a lot of tails. Fascinating. I only have 4, and he has like 8. The fact that he can morph, that's something new. It's just, as they're talking, and she's like, what are you doing here? I thought you were still in school. I'm like, no, I was, I was keeping track of these people. They've been targeting mutation quirks people and transferring them and selling them off. Apparently. And before Sashi was arrested, he sold off Izuku to this group. So like a couple of days happen, and she goes over to Izuku Inko's house. Oh, sister, what do I owe the pleasure again? So how's my nephew doing? He's still a little freaked out. I understand. So what brings you over here today? He's like, yeah, I got some information about the group that attacked you. Apparently, my disgusting brother, she explains, and, Inko's disgusted with this. And she's like, don't worry, Inko. My brother won't be seeing the light of day anytime soon. And even if he does, he's going nowhere near you and my nephew. So, we're family. So as, they're sitting down talking, and Izuku, it's just getting a lot more comfortable around her. She's only been there twice, but she has a good vibe about her, a friendly vibe. So Izuku hops off of Inko and hops onto Kennedy lab. And Inko's smiling. He's like, it seems like, Izuku likes you. He's like, yeah, I sense a kinship with him. After all, he's my nephew. He's my favorite nephew. And she's like, Inko's like, he's your only nephew. And she's just laughing. She's like, enough of that. So, I don't know if he, he used a fire. I don't know if he used a fire to help his mother. No, he hasn't done anything like that. So she knows he has fire manipulation, Inko. So she's like, so, how is he acting in school? And he's like, he's still terrified of people. And it's like, all right. She's gonna mentor the boy. So no, she's gonna train him. So like, we're gonna skip to like the first, because he's able to use fire. Sorry, we're gonna skip the first year of middle school, but I don't know if I had him because I don't remember what I just said. Because my brain's blah right now. So he's able to shoot fire out of his mouth and use fire in human form too, and his fire could blast out fire. So that type of thing happened. So we're gonna continue. As over the years, Kennedy has trained Izuku on his quirk and his mutation quirk, so he's no longer scared of people. Because she had a heart-to-heart talk. She's like, she basically told him that you can't be afraid of everyone. You're gonna have to toughen up. You're my nephew. Yeah. So Izuku idolized Kennedy. Because over the years, she has gone to the... She has beat Endeavor in the number 2 spot because She has a powerful quirk, and plus she's a lot more friendly, and a lot more friendly. Because I don't see how Endeavor got into second place, the second place hero, because he's such a dick. So now, small pause. Do you want a male Todoroki or a female? I like doing female Todoroki, so apparently, so Baku's a male. So if you want her to be a male or female Todoroki, leave a comment down below, and leave a comment down below who you want the ship to be with Izuku Midoriya, the Foxfire. So let's continue. As over the years, now she's trained the boy. So he's his first day of middle school. As you know, he's looking a lot more like the thumbnail. Silver hair, his tails are always out, and he's able to Kende has got him clothes where he's able to shift. Like his clothes, it's a collar when he shifts. Let's say this, his collar could change his clothes when he shifts back. The clothes goes back on his face, on his body, just because I can. So something like that. Technology. Because if small pause, if Flash could have his little suit and his little ring, I could believe it's possible. So enough about DC logic. So it's like, yeah, Izuku Midoriya. She's a lot more confident now because, Kennedy make sure, he wasn't no pussy after a while because, he was being a little too too afraid of everything if it wasn't Inko or Kennedy and Mitsuki. So, Mitsuki has spent a lot of time with Izuku, so Baku's a little bit jealous about that because that's his own mother, but yet he doesn't really treat her all that well because he's a dick. So he's like, yeah, we have a new student here. It's his first day, but he was away on a training, so he missed like the first day. He's like, it's the third day of school. He's like, yeah, I'm Izuku Midoriya. As he's like, huh, that loser. Thought that kid disappeared, and he's being Bakugou. He's like, he's weak. As all the kids are wondering who is he, because all the girls are like, they fawn over him because he's quite attractive. Because fox ears, silver like white hair, all the tails. Not everyone sees as mutations as freaks. So there's some bad people in life general. There's some people that are dicks about it, and some people have nothing wrong with it. So it's a half and half pop. Like half the population doesn't like mutations, but other half, they don't find nothing wrong. It's just a mutation. So the girls are fawning over Izuku. He doesn't really pay attention to other people. He doesn't like other people besides his mother and Kennedy. He's kind of a mean. He's not really mean. He just doesn't bother with people he doesn't even care about. So he's like, teacher, sensei, where's my seat? Oh yes, Izuku. And they're like, what's your quirk? Like everyone's like, what's your quirk? It's like he ignores everyone. He's like, no. He's like, I have no interest in talking to any of you. As the girls they still are fawning over him, even though that was kind of rude. But they look over, like they ignore that part. So that's getting. They go through the class, and Baku's like, better stay out of my way, loser. As he's about to explode the desk as Izuku grabs him by the throat, slams him against the wall. He's like, oh, sorry. He's like, know your place, terrorist. He's like, Bakugou. He's like, I don't, like, only reason I don't beat you here now is because your mother, Aunt Mitsuki, messes me again. You'll be in a hospital. As he releases him, as he walks off out of the school for the end of the day. As Izuku's like, Baku, you're right. He's like, that little shit. He's gonna pay. It's like, come on. As he's storming off to cool off because he just got manhandled by Izuku that he bullied for the majority of his life. Bastard. He's like, he's jealous. So as he's bitching about it at home, and Misky overheard him talking to his friends. As she's like, she shuts his phone off. She grabs the phone and shuts it off. What did I tell you about picking on Izuku? As she's about to hit, like she hits him back of the head. He's like, a little freaking grab my neck and push me against the wall, and that kind of surprise, Misky. She's like, huh, so the kid has some back. So the kid, showing some backbone. Good. That will teach you for not, picking on the wrong people, picking on people in general. If this happens again, I won't allow you to go to UA. And she's like, what? You can't stop me. He's like, damn right I will. I'm your mother. You're grounded to further notice. As she storms off, he's like, fucking bitch. He's like, I heard that. Don't make me come in there and beat your ass. As, Bakugou shuts up because he's kind of afraid of his mom. So we cut to Izuku, at his house, and she's like, sweetheart, how was your first day? It was alright. Bakugou was doing his dumbass moves again, and I put him in his place. And she's like, sweetheart, you shouldn't, physically hurt people. And, he's like, I had to. Because he would just keep doing it. And I'm not going to spend the rest of my school years being afraid of that freaking idiot. Only reason that he wasn't hurt is because of Aunt Misky. Like I said, he adores Misky, so he's like, very well, sweetheart. Just try to ignore him. And if you do get an altercation, don't hurt the boy. And she's like, your quirk is very powerful. You need to use it responsibly. Responsible. He's like, yes, mother, of course. As I'm gonna go to my room, do my homework, and I'll be done for dinner when this gets done. He's like, yeah, sweetheart, your dinner should be ready in a couple hours. As she calls Kennedy. I know I use that name a lot because it's a lot more easier because that is a name I know. So, and she's like, really? He did that? And she's laughing. He's like, it's not funny, Kennedy. It is. It's hilarious. You just look at it this way. He's gone so far. He's no longer scared of every little thing that gets near him. So it's good for the boy. And he didn't really use his quirk. So no harm, no foul in my book. And she's like, don't worry. I'll talk to him. See, make sure he doesn't go overboard. And he's like, thank you, Kennedy. He's always had ever since you showed up in our life, he's had he listens to you more than me, even though that makes me jealous. It's like, don't worry, sis. Izuku loves you. I can never, take your place. And she's like, I know, I'm not jealous of that. It's just, he tells you things that he doesn't tell me. It's like, I know, it's we have similar abilities. I just don't have the shift in. It's easier to talk to me about it because I've gone through some similar problems. So I'll be down for dinner. I'll be over for dinner. I'll talk with Izuku. So as they get down in there, and Kenny knocks on the door. Oh, Kennedy, you're here. And it's like, come in. Dinner's like about ready. And she's like, oh, so Izuku, I heard about your little altercation with that little firecracker. And he's like, yeah, and he's trying to assert his dominance and try to bully me, but I put a stop to that. And he's like, I hope you didn't hurt the boy. And he's like, no, I just grabbed him by the neck and threw him against the wall and told him, put him in his place. He got the message. If not, I'll beat it into him. And he's like, no, just laughing. All right, just don't, if you're doing that, make sure you don't use your quirk unless it's for self-defense. And she's like, he's like, yes, yes, auntie. And he's like, that's the boy. Let's have a good dinner with your mother and me, and with family. So they eat, and it's only 19 minutes. All right, and let's continue. And Bakugou, has challenged. The next day, he's like, Hey, loser, I challenge you to fight. And Izuku's like, huh, really? When and where? He's like, after school, in the field. All right, I can beat you down. I have no problem with that. He's like, whatever, loser. You're going to regret it. And she's like, he gets his voice. Like, once you get in the field after school, jump him. As you know, as Izuku, after the day after school, the girls overheard that, and no, they're not. They told the teacher. So they told the teacher at the end of the school, he's like, Bakugo's about to jump, Izuku, and has been a problem with bullying and everything, and he's about to get expelled. Not expelled, but expended. So, as there's like, get him. As he's like, it's like, so what's this about? You fighting me 1-on-1, or all you go coming at me at once? He's like, take care of the loser. Get him. Bakugo's had his arm crossed, stuck his little palms out, as Izuku bodies all of them, because he's a lot more agile. As he, kicks one of them aside the head, he goes flying, he gets knocked out. Izuku jabs the dude in Adam's apple. He's coughing up for air as he grabs his head, knees him as he goes flying. As he rushes the other one, sidesteps, and chops him back in the neck as he's down for the count. And Izuku's like, huh, interesting. You want to go too, Bakugo? You get the same treatment. And she's like, huh, let's see what you have, Deku. As as Deku points his fingers like it's back and forth, like, come on, let's fight. As Bakugo's getting irritated. So he's about to go in for explosion as Deku goes for a fire breath as he inhales really deep as green fire pops out of his mouth as Bakugo goes flying. The impact of it, made him go. The impact of the fire made him go flying. Yeah, the impact of the fire made him go flying. He hits a couple trees. As soon as he lands, Izuku gets up to him, like rushes to him and knees him in the face while he's against the tree. As teacher's like, boys, knock it off. As he's like, Izuku stops. He's like, huh, I think I'm in trouble. Oh well. And they get scolded, and it was self-defense because they jumped him. They attacked him first. He explains like, no, that little loser started it, and the girl's like, no, actually he engaged us. He wanted to fight you, Midoriya, and we saw what happened. They jumped him, as Bakugo was watching from afar. So they take him to the principal's office, and they're like, oh, Bakugo Katsu, again, we're gonna have to, you're expended. It's like, what? That's not fair. He's like, life's not fair, you little terrorist. Move along. Don't come back until a week. Midoriya, this is your first offense, so even though it's self-defense, we don't tolerate violence, so we'll put you slap on the wrist. You go home for today. You go home. It's after school. We're just going to expend you for one day. So he gets expended for like one day. So it's a lesser punishment because that's his first offense, and Midoriya's not known for violence. So from his previous records, so he hands the papers like, you got expended. Yeah, Bakugo, his lagoons wanted to fight me, so I fought him, but his lagoons jumped me, and I had to put them down, and I taught Bakugo a life lesson about picking on people that you shouldn't be picked on, and it's like, son, Jesus, go to your room. I'm gonna have to talk to Mitsuki. So as she called Mitsuki, she knows, like, yeah, the school already called me. I don't know what to do. That little idiot. He got suspended for a week. How's Izuku? he's fine. He got suspended for about a day. She's like, I guess they must have had a slap on the wrist because that's his first offense. I'm going to have to put the boy in anger management or something because this is getting out of hand. And she's like, think I'm going to have to separate from him, from all his friends that apparently they're wrong people. They're most likely a bad influence on the boy, on my son. So I'll take care of it. This thing won't happen again. As a day gets spent, so Bakugou doesn't know. He got, punished hard. So he keeps away from Midoriya because, he's kind of embarrassed. Like he got his ass beat by Midoriya in public. And plus his mom beat him. Not really beat him, but, she punished him. So, he stays away from Midoriya for the time being. And we're probably going to stop it here. It's at 25 minutes. All right, hope you guys have a good night and day, judging by time zones. All right, bye.